Wayne and I knows that his mama hates me. From the very beginning, she's been trying to break us up. And when I bring that up to Wayne, he acts like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So one day, Wayne's mama comes to our house. She walks in the house, she's yelling, "Where's my grandson? I got a toy for my grandson. Where's my grandson?" And I immediately stop her because my other son is also home. And I noticed that she only had one toy. And she said, "That's your son. That's not my son's kid." And I immediately punched her in the face and we started to fight.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Fair use.
Okay, so we was watching
Fair use act, bro.
a video first before the show started. We was watching a little clip from what's the show?
Tough Love Atlanta.
Tough Love Atlanta, and it was a young lady. She was there with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was
Her husband.
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 Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, even more.
Yeah, that's it. But I thought it was her boyfriend. But she was there with her husband, and she said her husband. She expressed that her husband's mother does not respect her.
Yeah.
And the husband mother came in, and her husband mother was like, "Where's my grandkid? I want to give my grandson a present." Mm-hmm. And then she said, "Keep it down, because my son is here." Mm-hmm. She said, "Keep it down, my son is here." So,
and she only had a gift for
one. And then she said, "Well, that's not my son's kid."
Yeah.
And
that's
then
your baby.
She said, "That's your kid." And right as soon as she said that, she just hauled off and just whooped.
Punched her
in the face, and they fought. And she said they fought. How did
Man, I'm gonna let one of y'all start with this.
Okay, this is how I feel about it.
Good,
the mother was wrong, right? Mother was wrong. People do wrong stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Hauling off and punching somebody mama
exactly.
in your face makes you. That's like what you said. When you go low, you go to hell.
Yeah.
She went straight to hell, and I think she's gonna be in hell. Like, you just don't beat nobody mama up. I don't know their situation like before the whole thing. So
it's gotta be bad blood for that.
But sometimes, dude, females like that. That where the blood ain't even that bad. Yeah. It's just like they don't really like it. Ain't bad enough when you're violent against somebody and you put your hands on somebody. Sometimes there's people you don't like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you hit everybody you don't like?
No.
Yeah. So, but we at the age now. We at the age now where it's like, it's consequences.
Yeah.
Like,
if there was no consequences,
it's consequences. So it's kind of like when she did that. That's kind of like that's crazy. Like that's crazy. I don't know the backstory. But it's kind of like...
What's your opinion? Like,
what's my opinion?
Yeah, like,
I think she dead wrong.
Okay.
She dead wrong. She talked about it like we was going to be like, oh, that's great. Yeah. No, she dead wrong. You don't haul off and hit nobody, mama.
Dead wrong and literally a crazy person.
She's really a crazy person.
She's really a crazy person. One, yes, the mother was wrong. And sometimes mothers are older. But two, I'm listen, man. When Adam and Eve came, whatever your belief is, I don't want to go too deep. Mm-hmm. Adam and Eve, here. The man is responsible. As a man, your house needs to be in order.
I was just about to
the fact that he's allowing his woman to operate how she operates.
I was just about to say
some weak stuff. You ain't talking to your girl and or your mother and making them sit down and have a conversation or doing something to build a foster a positive relationship. That brother, so look. You are responsible, my boy. I hate to tell you this, like, it's hard.
Yes.
It's hard for you to take that responsibility, but if you're going to be married, this is your family. You got to make your mother understand that, look, Mom, I married this woman. These kids are my kids now. This is how we're rolling. If you cannot respect that, don't come over. Then you can't come over. Yeah. This is my wife's house. I literally was in a situation similar to this. Yeah, let's go viral. So,
man, hold on, I gotta turn this way.
So, when I got married to my now ex-wife, she, we did everything so fast. We got a house fast, we had a baby fast. Everything was so fast, and I don't recommend that to any young person out there. When you do not do everything in a year or two, like a year is too soon to be getting married, starting a family, doing all that. Like, slow your roll, bro. Everything's fine. So. During this time, my wife has a baby. My wife had the baby. We have a baby. We get a new house. We in the house. My mother is grieving the death of my father and the death of her sister that happened the year before. 4th of July weekend. My mother wants to come over. My wife says no. I asked my wife, I said, hey, babe, my mom wants to come over, you know what I'm saying? She's grieving. My dad and my aunt, she wants us to come over and like barbecue, cook for us, and we just chill and hang out. My wife says, I don't want anybody at my house. So I'm like, oh, my mama, anybody? Okay. All right. I said, let me make sure you. I said, make sure you. I understand what you're saying. You're telling me my mother can't come over here. She said, no, I don't want anybody over here because then my family going to come. I said, but what? I said, that doesn't even make sense. Okay, I'll take the baby. We'll go down to my mother's house and kick with her. So as a man, you know, it says whatever my wife said, she said that. I had to agree with her. That was my wife. Now, did I like that? No. You have to come to some type of compromise. So my compromise was, okay, since my mom can't come over, I'm going to go visit her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and visit her and kick it with her that day to make sure she's good. Like, I'm not going to let my mother sit there and be grieving by herself at this time. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand it. It's a touchy situation, but as a man, you got to step up in that role. And I'm quite sure he heard everything, knew what was going on, and he just was sitting back letting it play out.
He was just like quiet.
Quiet, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
man,
not,
you got to step up, bro. Like, being a man, you got to be the leader of your household and your family. Sometimes you got to be the Moses of your family and lead your family, bro. And that's the time you have to step up.
So here's my point of view, because I know there's women out there watching, and they probably and it's all men on here. So you have your point of view, and I'm just speaking from a man's point of view. It's wild just hearing that story, because I understand and I agree with like everything that you said is him being a man and him getting his household in order. But you hit my mama, we done.
We done.
Yes.
Yeah,
we done.
We done.
There's nothing for, we can't. There's no reconciliation. There's no,
because if you think about it, like,
you disrespect my whole being.
Okay, if you think about it, I mean, I don't know what type of relationship. Well, I know the relationship you have with your father. I don't know.
Yeah,
you had a relationship. And my parents are still together, 50 years. And if I go beat up a woman's father, that's just as bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just go beat up her father. Her father come in and say something smart, and I just it's the same. So I know you said women are watching too, but if you put it in a different aspect, like, dude, you know, your father could say what he wants to say. I just go in the other room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like you cannot. I just feel like that's wrong. Yeah. What brings you here?
And I'm quite sure his mother's older.
Yeah, and old people say what they be saying.
They say some crazy
they
stuff.
Say some crazy. His mom probably say crazy stuff to him.
Yeah, and I know people, women watching like, well, they take her side and all this other stuff about the mama. They ain't saying nothing about the mama. Yeah, like you said. You have to sit your mama down and talk to your mama.
Yeah, the mama was wrong.
Like, look, you have to look at your mama and talk to your mama like, hey, when you had your household, you wouldn't accept this. So why do you expect for my wife?
And the mama sound very much sound very much single.
And what she
like
did,
ain't nobody single. Yeah, mama sound very
And what she did was petty. And when you in these type of situations, you have to realize and understand that kids are innocent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Kids are innocent. Right. So you trying to, get, just because you don't like the mother and you trying to get back at her kid, that's completely wrong too. The kids are innocent. The kids don't have nothing to do with the drama between the mama and the wife. But it shouldn't get to the point where that's your first reaction.
Because she did not because in the video she said the video is so funny because they was like, that's a lot to unpack because she said she didn't say I cussed her out first. She just said,
and that's when I punched her.
Yeah,
and we began fighting.
Yeah, and it's just like, when you sent me the video, I said this video is triggering because back in the day I used to date a female that looked like her, that talk like her, and I think right now she's living in Atlanta. I had to check to make sure it wasn't her.
She watching too.
Yeah, I don't care. She blocked. She blocked. So it was like, but it was triggering because I'm like, oh my god, I've been through this, but I haven't been through a situation where I had beef with like a woman and my mama. It's just like I just can't imagine. It's like you have to come to some type of sort of compromise. And I don't know.
Weird. That's
It's
weird
just
energy. That's weird energy.
And then it's kind of like on who the person is too. Because I'm in a situation, mama don't like the girl don't really like the mama, but they just don't talk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's just about respect.
Yeah, it's about respect. It's about respect. And they talk to each other a little weird. You know what I'm saying? But they understand. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be fighting. They ain't gonna be fighting.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Even if I had beef with and there's been times where I've met a woman's father, you know, like women's father, they always trying to protect their daughter. And there's been times they say little slick stuff, but I had to look at it, the situation like, well, that's her father.
That's her father.
He's trying to protect her.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure she's okay. And it's just like, I don't take offense to it because I know the type of person I am. I know who I am as a person or whatever. So, you know, like they say, respect your elders. So sometimes you have to let some things slide. But when it comes to like physical violence and that's your first thought, is to punch my mama, like we finished. Yeah, you can't come back from that.
Yeah. No, and then too, like if that's your response in situations in life, then you really are very immature and you can't handle like because life's gonna hit you.
Because all you want to do is fight.
But fighting is not can't always be the answer. And as a woman, that's just weird.
Yeah, and then you got to think about it. If you could punch my mama, if me, you can argue.
Oh,
that
she probably punched him.
You know,
she didn't already hit that brother before, man.
Yeah, so it's just like it's a cycle. So it's just like you have to. Yeah, so you have to end that cycle, man. Yeah, you just have to. Sometimes you just gotta cut your losses. You know, no matter how much you love.
The advice is don't punch nobody mama in their mouth.
Yeah,
women, and then too, like you don't, man. Listen, man. You got your man can have sisters or something. They might, catch you outside. How about that? How about that?
All right.